Good morning. This is day 2 of my walk. I'm just about packed up, need to get downstairs. I've got like a 7 a.m. reservation for breakfast. This particular hotel has a very small seating area, so we all had to pick times. So 7 a.m. is my time, and I've got like 5 minutes. So anyway, I wanted to do a quick video. Got up this morning. I'm tired, but my legs and everything feel good. I know that we rise another 400 meters in our walk today, but then it looks like that's in the first half of it. But then the second half, looks like we might come downhill just a bit, but there's uphills mixed in there. So I think today might be just as hilly as yesterday from what I'm picking up on. But this has been a great place to stay. It's called the Vista Alegre Hotel. And yeah, really nice place. And Portomarin is a very cute little town. So if you're ever passing through here, I would, suggest that you stop here. Let me turn this around and see how it is here this morning. It's a nice little courtyard that I've got out my window. Right in there is where I'm going to be going for breakfast, I think, through those glass doors there. But anyway, it's quite chilly out there again, kind of cold and damp feeling. So I've got 3 layers of my on me. I've got like a short sleeve and then 2 long sleeve, because as I peel my layers, if it ever does actually get hot enough, I'll have my short sleeve as my final layer to wear. Converted my pants yesterday to shorts for a bit because it needed it, but then I ended up having to put those back on because it got chilly again. But anyway, I'm excited. Off on another journey today, and we'll see what we see. And I got my phone charger situation resolved yesterday, so hallelujah. So I got both phones charged, and I can actually maybe take some more video and more pictures and things like that. But anyway, off to a good start this morning. Here you can see all the pilgrims are making their way down that hill. That's where I had come from, was from up there. And we're crossing this bridge and leaving town. There's quite a few of us out here, and it's a super popular time to walk this. So this is what I mean by all the uphills. This may not look that steep in the video, but you sure feel it. And prior to this point, there were a couple of directions I could have chosen. I'm just following the one where my tour company that made all my hotel arrangements, they give you a brief description of where to go. So they said once I crossed a bridge, turn right, so I chose this path. I don't know where the other one goes or if it's better or not, but I just stayed with what my tour company said to do. Wow, it's really pretty up here. Worth the uphill climb. Very peaceful this morning. I thought it was going to be cold, but after climbing a hill, I'm starting to get hot already. Doesn't take long. I love all these stone walls. Very cool. Just gonna hand out of the way. Let's see where I've come from. There's quite a few people ahead, quite a few people behind. Okay, this is the never-ending hill. I've only been on my walk for 28 minutes, and all 28 have been uphill. I already had to stop and take off my jacket and an extra shirt as I was burning up. Oh, I hope it flattens out soon. All day of this is too much. I'm sure it will. I'm out of breath. I gotta quit talking. Okay, as I was getting my camera set back up on this to record this part of the walk, I actually got a phone call on my other phone from the tour company that Santiago Ways, who planned all my hotels for me. They helped with all that, but there's a baggage transfer service that you can have as part of this. Like if you don't want to carry a heavy pack and just want to take a day pack with you, they can forward your luggage from hotel to hotel. But I decided not to do that. I've just got all my stuff with me. And because I didn't use the service this morning, and I told the hotel yesterday I wasn't using the service, but they didn't ask me, so I didn't think anything about it at this hotel from last night. So when my bag wasn't with the other bags this morning, the lady called and said, I wanted to find out about my bag because it was reported that my bag wasn't part of the grouping that they were looking for. So, you know, it's good to know that that this company is that good, that they would actually pay attention to that and they would call you and they double check to make sure. It's like, well, your bag is with you, yes? Like, yes, it is. I've got it with me. I'm good. And I let her know that the rest of the week I wasn't going to use the service, so that way they didn't have to go through that every day. But I had emailed that earlier, but I guess they still double check anyway. So I can highly recommend Santiago Ways if you are planning a Camino and you want to have help with booking your hotels. I think it was easier to do it that way because booking them on your own, sometimes you have to call each hotel to actually give them your credit card. You can't necessarily confirm it online. So it's easier just to pay one source and then they manage all the hotel reservations. Plus they also know where to place, clients and what are good choices. So anyway, that's one of my recommendations. I thought that was nice that they called just to check that. Okay, it looks like we have a stop up here. And I am ready for one. Fantastic. Okay, so that stop did not work out. It's very crowded there. The owners are extremely rude to people. I tried to use the bathroom. I followed the lady who had the key. She, of course, had to return it, so I followed her to see if I could then get the key to go to the bathroom. And the lady just gave me a very disdainful look, put the key behind the counter and walked away. So, I mean, I was going to be a paying customer. I mean, I realize that they don't want people just using their bathrooms and not being a paying customer. I respect that. I was going to, but sometimes you need to, take care of some business first before you stand in really long food lines to buy coffee. So anyway, I've continued on down the trail, and if I can find somewhere private, I'm going off the trail or won't fall into any water. And I came prepared, so if I had to, manage things on my own without any public facilities, I can do that. So I prefer not to. Anyway, not happy with how rude they were. So sadly, they just, I don't know. I don't understand people like that, but if you run a business, be nice to people. just some entrepreneurial advice there. Okay, I'm done with my rant. I will go find a tree. See, this view right here gives you an idea of the terrain we've been walking. We're coming all through that area. So I would have to say, if my husband were with me, he would be hating today. This feels a lot like a hike that we had done a few years ago that he did not enjoy at all. And because this has just been kind of nonstop. I mean, you can just see all the hilliness behind me. So, I don't know, I'm holding out. Hopefully, at least the second half of this may be better. I don't know, based on what a little bit of what I could read from some information, but I don't know, I'm tired. I'm 6.41 miles in, approximately. There's been a few times I've stopped and forgot to restart my watch, but it's over 6 miles now. So, anyway, we'll see how it goes. The bright yellow of those trees looks really cool against all that green. Here we're just following the trail along the highway. So I just stopped at this place to get a stamp in my passport, and it's a very old chapel. And the monk in there is blind, so you have to guide his hand and he'll help you with your stamp. But that was really kind of a neat little place to stop and get a stamp versus just at hotels and restaurants and shops. But yeah, they're maintaining this. I don't know how old the chapel is, but it probably dates back to. It has a medieval look to it. Let's put it that way. But anyway, so I've lost a lot of time in that line, so it's time to get moving. I know rain's coming in, so gonna get going. But it's been a good break. So I'm only halfway through, so it's time to get this other half done now. So, but the chapel, and I got some photos that we can add to the video to go with it. Couldn't take photos inside; that wasn't allowed, but. Especially with him being blind, I don't think it's fair to take photos of people when they don't know they're being photographed. So, but they put a sign up, so I'm glad that people were respecting that. So, okay. So, anyway, let me reverse this so you can see over the landscape. It's quite pretty here. Look how pretty that is. See a lot of pilgrims coming up the trail. How beautiful. Okay. Pretty. Oh, I'm so grateful for sunshine right now and the downhill. Now, here's the simple stuff that you appreciate the most. Not like I've been out on the road for too many days. It's only my second day walking, but it's just that you very quickly realize that, you don't need a lot of stuff with you because it's too heavy. I mean, material items become like all your possessions become a burden sometimes, especially in this kind of a situation where you're walking, so you don't want too much on you. But also, again, it's just appreciating the simple stuff like sunshine and downhill. With the sun out, the weather actually feels kind of nice, but when it gets cloudy, that air's chilly for me. I've been cold. I keep putting my gloves on. It's as I'm trying to put a glove on right now, that's why the camera's shaking. Because I have to take, obviously, my gloves off to get the phone, to be able to swipe the screen to make it work. So my gloves keep coming on and off to be able to do this. But yeah, that out in the sunshine, it's perfect for the walk out here because you will build up heat. Obviously, walking. It's not like I'm going at a super fast pace, but it'll get warm. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy the sunshine while I can. Those clouds just keep coming in. So we'll just enjoy the moment while it's here. We're in a very rural part of Spain. I don't know if we're really near any big towns, but I mean, look at that. These little chapels. These little chapels dot the landscape. And there's all these little markers, and there's these little tiny towns that I would say maybe 10 people live in it, but they run like an albergue or a bar cafe because it's right along the trail. So it's kind of interesting because there's really like no population or what you would think anybody's really living here, but yet you can find, you know, a restaurant if you need one. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I'm guessing a lot of that started throughout the years of the, hey puppy, oh, so many sweet dogs around. You know, it probably started back in the day when all the pilgrims, you know, first were making their way from little village to little village, because that's how people lived back then. And of course they had to have services, and people supported the pilgrims on their way. This is part of, I think, some Christian hospitality. And there are places where I have seen tables set up where there's been like bananas and apples and oranges set out, and they just have a basket, like if you want to donate some money, and there's waters, and you're welcome to take what you need. Just, you know, they appreciate the donations, but if you, for a reason, if you don't have any on you, you know, I guess they're okay with you taking it should you need it, and hopefully the donations of others cover their expenses. But that's kind of it's a cool tradition along the way where, you know, again, people are still keeping that alive and supporting the pilgrims on their way to the church at Santiago. Oh, this is a much more relaxed walk on the second half of it. I'm appreciating flat surfaces, flat terrain, or slightly downhill. My legs kind of needed a break. Believe it or not, despite all my running and, you know, doing hill training and stuff like that, this has been a challenge. But I think of all the people who've done this before me. So I think to myself, it's like, don't be a wiener about it. Just do what you got to do, because everybody else has done it too. So that keeps me going. I can easily berate myself over things like that. Aw, sweet puppy. Hey, pup. Hi. Hello. Aw. Hey, sweetheart. Hello. I probably filmed the ground on that one, sorry. I was petting the dog and didn't get it raised back up quick enough. Ooh, this is a pretty spot. But yeah, there's a lady up there. She's offering stamps to the pilgrims for their book. I've got my 2 for today. However, I can always do more than 2 if I wanted to, which I did yesterday. I did up to 4, just because I could. So, this is great. Anyway, I'm going to keep on going. Trying to figure out where I am exactly. Okay, well, even though I looked at that map, I'm not quite sure where I am. I know I'm in the Monte Rosa area, but where that exactly was, like on the map, I don't know. I mean, I have a general sense of, you know, I know I'm between Portomarin and it's a place called Palace de Rey. I don't know how you say it. Looks like Palace de Rey. That's my stop for tonight. So let me think. I've gone about 9.7 miles of the 15. But I'm in no hurry because I'll get there when I get there. It isn't like I got to rush to do anything. I've got a bed for the night. Lots of cows out here. I'll go ahead and film on through this town just so you can kind of get a sense of what these little towns look like. I've not done a very good job of filming that so far. But you'll come in off of a road like this, or you'll come in off of like just a dirt path and up into the little village, depending on how you've been routed on your walk. Get up on the road. These little stone structures that I've been seeing all throughout these little towns, I mean, they just look so old. I don't know how old it actually is, but we just don't see stuff like that in America. There's a little bird trying to make a nest up there. Going through the rocks. You see where these little places just kind of pop up through a town that you'd think that there's nobody really living here. But yet it's a business that if somebody needed a place to stay for the night, or you did a restaurant, I'm sure there's a little cafe or something in there. Clearly there's beer. I see aluminum kegs back there. These things here with the little spikes on it, like the red brick, I had read somewhere that that's very common to see in the Galicia region, and that they were granaries, I believe. But I don't know exactly the meaning for it, or why they were designed to be so fancy. What a quaint little place. call it? Old Pilgrim Hospital. Huh. Oh, poor dog. Chained on a very short chain and in the mud. Gotta hate to see that. This is actually one of the bigger villages we've cut through. A lot of them have been way, way smaller. I would have already been in and out by now with the other villages I've seen so far on my yesterday and today's walk. So yeah, this is some kind of metropolis of some sort, amongst villages anyway. Thinking that thing down to the streets, the drainage. There's another sign. So this must have definitely some significance. I heard John Denver song. Barn. Somebody's barn. Their cow. Funny to hear this in American song here. This little guy's hurting. Yeah, you gotta watch your cow back.
Foi engraçado, hein? Oh, prazer. Foi engraçado. Foi engraçado, hein? Tocando bola. Deus abençoe você. Eu já vou daqui. Vou ensinar pra pensar. Ah, tá. Vou deixar isso aqui. Pedro.
Traffic jam in town.
Aqui também sai, geralmente tem uns cachorros que não são bem.
Eita, eles vão pegar o casal.
Yeah, somebody escaping.
este es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado. Y este es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado.
Oh.
Gallito de la pasión, no salgas a enamorar. Que el día
Es bajito.
así. Gallito de la pasión, no salgas a enamorar. Que el día me he pensado algo te puede pasar. Cocoroco. Y ese es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado. Y ese es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado. Él respondió muy ufano, es cierto que soy chiquito, pero puedo asegurarles que soy un gallo hombrecito. Él respondió muy ufano, es cierto que soy chiquito, pero puedo asegurarles que soy un gallo hombrecito. Cocoroco. Cocoroco. Y este es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado. Y este es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado. Persiguió un gallo grande y en su desesperación se dio vueltas en el aire y no supo dónde cayó. Lo persiguió un gallo grande en su desesperación, se dio vueltas en el aire y no supo dónde cayó. Cocoroco. Y este es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado. Y este es el cuento del gallo pelado que salta la tapa y se queda enredado.
So I came to the right town at the right time, didn't I? That totally worked out. That was like really cool to hear those guys playing music and seeing them herd cattle through. Obviously, it's just normal everyday living here. They're probably thinking some of us are ridiculous for filming that, but but we don't see that in America, so it's new to us, being able to see that. So again, this is one of those granary things again. I wish I knew what the significance of that was. I'm going to have to research that and find that out, because when I see stuff repeatedly in a country, obviously it's something that was part of the culture and it meant something. So me being ignorant of it now bugs me. I gotta know. I gotta find out. So, oh good. I'm so glad my timing was perfect to come through this town when I did. And that's one thing that I've been reading, like these. It's called The Way of St. James. It's a prayer book. And it's got morning, midday, and evening prayers, and obviously well wishes, stuff like that. But one of the things that was like, the lesson today was like God will provide, and just have peace today. And so God has provided me some cool experiences today so far. The way they've worked out by just the stops that I took, just hung out and waited and went. Just, I don't know, just how it worked out. So God's obviously guiding my feet today. What's this? I got some big old geese up there. They were honking at us a little while ago. Hey, puppy. Oh, sweet dog. This is my Franny. Hey, puppy. Hi. Can I pet you? No. You're so cute. Yeah, it's a sweet baby. Oh, I guess we go down this way. Well, it's time for a cafe con leche. Not sure how far we've gone, like 11. I think we're at 12 miles now. So getting close, but I got time, so I'm going to take a break and just enjoy this coffee and this beautiful scenery for a minute. So this is the trail we came in on, and you just come around the corner and all of a sudden there's a bar. It's kind of cool because, you know, you just think you're out in the middle of nowhere, then all of a sudden something pops up. So I'm going to have this coffee. I'm going to find my stevia. That's one thing you can't find here in Spain is the artificial sweeteners or like the stevia plant, alternate sweetener. Everything's like real sugar, which I don't use. So anyway, we found my stevia and enjoy my cup of coffee. Okay, it looks like the rain was a false alarm. I mean, it did sprinkle a little bit, but I've taken my rain jacket back off and brought the phone back out for a moment. I'm not going to use the selfie stick though. I need to be able to do a quick switch if I need to and put the phone away and get my rain jacket back on. But I'll film this way. This is a pretty walk. I don't know where we are. After that church, I was able to get another, of course, stamp in my thing. I'm collecting way more than I need to because you only have to have 2 per day. But the stamps are kind of cool to get. So when I stop places and there's a stamp available, I'm doing that so I can. It's partially helped me remember where I was, and piece my trip back together in my memory once I get back home. Because that's what can happen. Like, we can be so busy on our vacations and stuff where we see lots of really cool things and we take many pictures, and thank goodness the pictures help and the videos definitely help. But there's other things we can do to also jog our memory, just to really go back to that moment or what was it about that, because sometimes maybe we take a picture of something and we're like, why did I take a picture of that? So I don't know, hopefully that helps me remember better, and that this isn't just a big blur to me upon arriving home and I can't remember anything other than I walked. So yay, I found it. I'm ready to drop this bag. Take these shoes off. Lay down and stretch out. I've been stretching along the way, but it's another thing we can really just lay down and relax for a minute. Not much here. I don't foresee me venturing out very much, and there's just nothing to see here, I don't think. I don't know. I'll find out, but it's kind of a nothing town for what it looks like. I'm sure there's more here than what I can see though. All right, ready to check in. All right, so I went to my room, took a shower, did some laundry. My hotel does not have like a restaurant for dinner, so I'm having to go to another location like I did last night. It's down the street. I walked the town real quick just to see what was down there and to find this place. It's only 6 o'clock here, and I'm really not hungry yet, but yet I know I am way too tired to push dinner much later. So I'll see what they've got and pick it whatever and get some dinner, a little bit of dinner in me so I can go back to my room and just sleep, because today kind of took it out of me. And I've heard a lot of people say that like your second and third days will really hit you, because the first day it's a long day, but you're like, okay, I can do this, and then the next day after you've done another even longer day, then it's like, oh, okay. So, but I know this is normal, and I'm just tired. So I'll get some dinner, call it an early night. My hotel is nothing fancy, but it'll work. It's clean. Shower worked. mostly. So one thing I can never figure out is like the thermostats in the rooms. I've been struggling with getting those set at a comfortable temperature where I'm not like got the heat going too much and then I'm opening a window, and I mean I keep adjusting it and I know what my Celsius conversion is. It's just understanding the system to have it do what I want it to do. So anyway, that's okay. I mean, worst case scenario, open a window again. So, but let me turn this around so you can, now that we're actually approaching it. While I was talking, there wasn't anything to look at, so you didn't miss anything. So, but this is actually coming into the town, and as we come around the corner, you'll see more. Doesn't quite have the charm of Portomarin, but there are shops here. Like if you were to need anything, you know, you can. There's, of course, there's pizzerias, there's bars, there's supermarkets, there's pharmacies, there's stuff for the Camino, like walking sticks. So I was right about that. That, you know, I'd be able to find the walking sticks. In the past 2 towns, I've actually seen them for sale. I'm still not buying any. I don't think I need them. I've seen other people actually struggling with them in some of the weird little, like, steep, rocky, narrow paths that we've had to go down. It seemed like they were more of a challenge for them to use it, and I was better off just balancing on my own without extra stuff in my hands, because I could actually grab the stone wall with my hand instead to steady myself. So still not buying the walking sticks, but they are readily available. Should you have interest in it and you don't want to fly with them, just know that you can find them in these towns for sure. Raise this up. I don't have the stick with me because I'm traveling light to go to dinner. Now they got Snoopy shirts. Everybody loves Snoopy. I don't care what country you're in. We got these big recycle bins that you can put your stuff in, like your paper and your plastics and so forth. So they really do encourage the recycling. And when you do go shopping, either you bring a bag or you buy one. And here's where you actually start to see little shops, like little sweet shops and bakeries and things like that. So there's a panaderia. The restaurant I need to go to is around the curve. You just see little side streets. You can do laundry if you need to. And that's where I'm going. The Arenas restaurant. At least I hope this is the right one. This seems to be a popular name, so we'll find out. If not, they'll guide me to the right place. Anyway, buen provecho. Okay, this is the right place. It's also like a little hotel type place as well. But I have my... Aren't I special? Okay, so I would never recommend doing the dinners through your hotel where they prearrange things, because for what you're paying for these lackluster, yeah, I'll just stop at that word, lackluster meals. I could have just got something off the menu just as easy and much better. The lack of service and how you kind of get treated at these restaurants when they know that you're a prepaid pilgrim meal through your hotel is not the same as how the other customers are being treated. I've sat here well over an hour, and yeah, this is, I'm done. I'm walking away. So if you're doing the Camino, the breakfast at the hotel, if your hotel has breakfast, that's fine. But if they're a small hotel and they don't have their own restaurant, the arrangements that they make with the local restaurants is just not a good plan. So you'll want to ask about that prior to purchasing that. Like, say you book your hotels through a tour company and they offer, breakfast and dinners. Ask questions about the dinners. Ask if the hotel you'll be placed in has their own restaurant, or are they going to send you down the street so you get crappy cafeteria food. And honestly, this is more like, some schools have like the free lunch plan and how that cafeteria food's a little bit different. That's how this feels. So it's just not worth my money. I wished I'd never paid for these. I was better off just, heck, I could stop and get a piece of pizza somewhere. That would have tasted a lot better than this. So anyway, I'm out of here. Okay, so I'm back at my hotel, and this will be my last video of the day. We've got a good walk in the morning, so I brought my tennis ball and my sock. The reason it's in a sock is that when I stand up at the wall to roll out my shoulders, I can grab this end and keep it from getting too far away from me or losing the ball, and it keeps dropping to the floor. But I'm using this to roll out the muscles in my legs, because my calf muscles get super tight, especially when I do hills. I've been stretching throughout the day, but it just hasn't been enough. So this will be the last video of the night. I'm gonna finish rolling out, organizing my stuff, and then call it a night, because I think tomorrow's even longer. I haven't double checked it, but I think so. The awesome thing is that when I actually get to my next hotel destination, it sounds like it's a nicer place than this one, and they have arranged a massage for me at 6:30 that night. So I'm going to make sure I get up and get going early in the morning to be there, because I'm not missing that massage. So I think I definitely need one by tomorrow. So anyway, good night.